Hello, long time no speak. It is now Thursday night, so we've had one day of what we call Chol Hamoed, which is when we're not keeping all the rules, which is why I could film today. And then we've got tomorrow, but then tomorrow night is already Shabbat again, so this is a bit of an annoying Pesach. I don't know how much of an update I'm going to give right now, just because it's quite late, and I think my grandma's already either in bed or getting ready for bed, and I don't want to be disruptive. And I'm planning, once I'm finished with my uni work, which is in less than 2 weeks, I am planning at some point to make a whole Pesach video where I explain lots of different bits and bobs about it. So I'm not going to go too into depth about the last 2 nights and about everything we're doing at the moment. One thing I want to say before we go anywhere further is that my saving grace this year for Pesach has been cheese on matzah. I'm not a huge cheese fan, never have been. I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with plain Dutch cheese like Gouda or Edam or one of those really gentle young cheeses. And I'm not a fan of matzah. Matzah is like the crackery flatbread that we eat at Pesach. It's not bread and it's not flatbread. Don't get that impression. It's like a cracker, but it's what we use as a replacement for bread. And somehow, for the last however many days it's been, that's been my go-to. Just cheese on matzah. It's very odd, but it's getting me through. I've also found this Pesach that I really just want light, gentle foods. Fresh. I just want salads and crudité and cheese. And that's about it. Soup, maybe? I can always accept soup. I'm a big fan of soup. I had a lovely celery soup the other day that my grandma made. That was very good. But I'm not after the heavy, like, nut loaf that my grandma's made or someone's made. I don't know who made it, but I've not had any bite of it just because it's too much. I also don't think I'm a huge fan of nut loaf in general, but even then, like, there's been other dishes that people have made that I just feel it's too stodgy. I don't know, I've like lost my appetite for those kinds of heavy foods just for this week. Although in general, I don't eat a lot, so can't really say too much. Anyway, the important things. The Seder nights were lovely, but I did really miss my family and the way my parents and my family does Seder. Every family has its own traditions, its own ways, and I just missed the way I'm used to. And I've been incredibly fortunate the last 2 years to spend Seder with them. The year before that, I was on my own, which was rubbish, because that was COVID. But aside from that 1 year, I actually don't think... 2019 I was in America, but I was still with my brother, and actually the way that Seder was, it was a bit manic, but it was more similar to the way my family does it anyway, I think. But aside from those 2 years... because 2020 I was in Australia. I've had 2 years of my whole life that I've not been with my family, and this was one of them. No, this was the third now. I can't keep track. And I definitely noticed that. The first night had bits I loved and bits I didn't like as much. The second night was really interesting because basically there are 2 sort of categories, I suppose, of Jewish people. There's Ashkenazi and Sephardi, and majority of Jews are Ashkenazi, which is the more sort of, I don't know, I want to say Western, but it's not Western. It's like Polish, English, American, I don't know, like I can't explain it, but in my head it's more Western. Whereas the Sephardi, which other people say is Western European, I just don't agree with that because I'm from Western Europe and I'm not Sephardi. But that's like either Spanish or like Middle Eastern or Iranian, Iraqian, Egyptian, like that kind of area. And as a result of majority of Jews being Ashkenazi, usually that's just the experience you have. But the people we went to for the second Seder night, they were Sephardi. So it was just like little tweaks and little different things, which I did find interesting. I think I've gone to a Sephardi Seder once before, and I think that was about 12, 13 years ago. So I don't have the strongest memories of it. So this was nice. It was really nice to experience some of the different things, but equally both nights actually. And again, I think this just comes down to not being with my immediate family. There were lots of tunes. We sing a lot. We always sing a lot. And there were lots of tunes I didn't recognise and I wasn't able to sing along with, more than sort of average. I mean, obviously at my parents' table it's always going to be tunes, every tune I know, but then I'm not always at my parents' table, you know, there's 2 Seder nights, so the first we might be at my parents', but the second we wouldn't necessarily be. And so the second Seder night, for example, we would be somewhere else, but I would still recognise probably about 80, 85% of the tunes, whereas these 2 nights, both nights, And again, it's probably just like the UK tunes or something. But I would say I probably only recognised about 40 to 50%, maybe even less. Probably even less. 35 to 40. And it was just sad not to be able to sing along. But one thing that was mad to me, really weird, there's this one section in the part of the Seder that is the youngest child, tradition anyway, for the youngest child to sing. And that is usually the youngest child at the table, which for the last very many years has not been me. I've got a younger sister, so, I mean, there is a bit of an age gap. So there were a few years where it was me, but for a very long time it's not been me. And both Seder nights it was me, which was really weird and also kind of cute. It made me happy. Because the tradition, obviously usually the youngest is like a small kid. So the tradition is for the small kid to stand on the chair and they usually sing really shyly. And so I kind of just did that as well. And it was just sweet. It was fun. So all in all, good night. Lovely to still have some family around me. Absolutely so much better than being on my own and or being with strangers. But not my favourite Pesach ever so far. And I don't think it will turn out to be. But there's going to be a couple of Seders that are just, or a couple of Pesachs that are just going to be really hard to beat. Like the year we were in Israel, that was incredible because we were with all the family, and being in Israel for Pesach it's the best place to be. Obviously not at the moment. That's a whole different story. I mean, last year in Australia, every year in Australia has been pretty special. Especially actually, this is going to be horrible, but I loved the year of COVID because it was just my immediate family. And as you probably know by now, I am not a huge fan of other people or guests or I don't know. And the truth is, at a Seder night, having more people and more voices is actually quite nice because you get lots of discussion and interesting conversations. But I just loved how relaxed it was with just my immediate family. And, you know, I just loved being with them and being forced to just be us. But I know I was very much the exception. I mean, everyone loved being together, but everyone else missed having guests, and I didn't really. But anyway, I am glad with the way so far this Pesach has turned out, because it's definitely been better than it could have been. But I do think if I can, I'll try and be with my family again next year. I tried so long to convince them to come to the UK, because they were in Spain anyway, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And I said, why don't you just extend your trip and come to England? But work-wise, I understand, of course it didn't work. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Seder. And then from tomorrow until the end of Chag, which is Tuesday night, we are staying at my great aunts and uncles, who don't live very far from here. And they've got a very lovely house, so it's not like we're all going to be squished into one room. And it will be nice. It will be nice. But I just prefer being at home. I just always feel more comfortable in my own space. And I finally have a tutorial tomorrow, which I am so looking forward to and so desperately need. I don't know if I mentioned this before. I feel like, I don't think I did, because I did a lot of work today, but actually maybe, I don't know. I have completed everything for both the aspects that I need to get done, both the things I need to hand in. So whatever happens, I've got something I can hand in, but it's not fine-tuned yet, it's not ready. So I've sent both those things to my tutor saying, please can we talk about this, because I have no idea. And so hopefully tomorrow, I will be getting lots of feedback, and then I'm gonna need to work, because as soon as Chag finishes, like from Wednesday onwards, I'm basically more or less working every day until I have to hand my stuff in. In fact, I'm curious, let me check, except Shabbat. I'm working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday. So I've got the Monday off, which is good. Tuesday is the day I hand things in, by the way. So I don't have a lot of time. And so basically between now and the end of Chag, I've got all day tomorrow, but I've got my tutorial in the morning, and then all day Sunday until the evening, because in the evening Chag starts again. And that's all I have, more or less. So I'm just feeling like, oh, how am I going to, because I feel like I'm less likely to get things done when we're at my family's, just because they're also very social. And so there might be meals, there might be people, there might be guests, there might be anything and everything. So at least, as I say, at least I've got something. I feel very good. I did a lot of work today after we went to Regent's Park. Had a lovely time, by the way. And I spoke to my parents this morning before we left, so that was really nice as well. We had a really long catch up. It was lovely. But as I say, I have got something. If all else fails, if I end up by some whatever not to be able to do any more work whatsoever, I can hand something in. And honestly, I think it's decent enough that I would at least pass. But I don't want to just pass. I want to do well. And I finally booked my graduation tickets today, so I have to do well. Well, I don't, but I want to. So I just need to focus. The truth is, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, at one of the jobs, I can, if it's quiet, I can definitely do some work. And actually maybe even at the second job, although I feel less confident there. But I don't want to be relying on that. I'm going to have a lot of focus, self-discipline, and an ability to say no. Because I'm very bad at that. And as a result, I keep going out and doing lovely things, but not doing work. That being said, today, I feel like I've done everything I can right now until tomorrow's feedback. And what I would really love, although this is high hopes, is I would love to do my second fix of everything after I get this feedback tomorrow and have it done by, call it Wednesday. Although I'm working, well, I might have time to do it Wednesday, which gives me just under a week, and to send it off again to my tutor and just say, hey, do you have a chance to just glance at this and see if there's anything else you want me to fix quickly before the deadline? But that's a hope. We shall see. So these are all the thoughts in my head. I might watch like 1 or 2 YouTube videos and then go to bed, and then tomorrow is a new day. I have no idea if I'm going to be filming anything more at all, really. Oh, I mean, at some point I will, but I don't know when, and I don't know. I'll bring my camera with tomorrow, but and for the weekend. But as I say, there's a lot of days where I can't film, and I don't know if I will feel comfortable filming there, and I have a lot of stuff I need to do. So filming will not be a priority. I'm also already thinking there's some videos I would really like to edit and film that I'm forcing myself to wait until I've finished with my studies, because I need to prioritize my studies. But there is a vlog that I want, if possible, to go up on the 9th of May, which is 2 days after I hand my stuff in. And I'm pretty sure I'm working at least one of those days, if not both. But I would love to be able to get it done, which isn't a lot of time, but equally I know I can do it, because if I'm not working, and even if I am, I'm going to have nothing else that I need to do. Because both my jobs, this is one thing that's really lovely about both these jobs, they're not stuff I can take home. Literally, when I leave, I'm switched off, which is lovely. So yeah, these are all the things in my brain. By the time you see this vlog, you'll know whether or not I've been able to complete that, but hey ho. I also need to edit my March favourites and get that up. But again, I'm trying really hard to be self-disciplined and tell myself, no, not until I've finished all the work. 10 days. 10 days, I think. Maybe 11. Anyway, that really is all for now. I will see you whenever I see you next. It might not be until I've handed everything in. I think that's unlikely, but you never know. Bye! Hello! I have had, as you can probably tell, a lovely shower and washed my hair, which feels great. I probably could have done one more day, but then tomorrow's Shabbat and I don't really shower on Shabbat, or definitely don't wash my hair. And then we're at my great aunt and uncle's as well, and I don't want to be bringing my own hair wash stuff, so I just thought I'll do it today. I would like to try and move it back to Monday if I can at some point, but I don't know how we're going to do that. I'm now at my laptop because I've got about 25 minutes until my tutorial starts. I've just filled up my water. I got myself a mug of tea in my brand new Marbella mug. Actually, you can't see Marbella on that side, hold on. But look at the colours, and it feels so nice. You can't feel it obviously over camera, but it feels really nice. But I just love the colours. My friend actually picked it out for me, and I'm very happy. So I've got that ready, although I may have it finished by the time the tutorial starts, but that's all right. And then I've got my 2 notebooks, my pencil case, my laptop, we're all good to go. And then after that, I need to pack for the weekend, because we're going to be away for 4 days, maybe even 5. And a lot of those days are either Shabbat or Chag, so I need to bring nice dresses. And I need to, I think I need to cook something, but I don't know if I'm doing that here or at my great aunts and uncles, and I don't know when it's for. Because if it's for Sunday or Monday, I may as well wait until Sunday daytime when I can cook. So we'll see. I'm just really looking forward to this tutorial. I really need it. I didn't end up going on YouTube last night, but I do think I was just scrolling my phone for a bit, so not much better. I just want to do this work. I want to fix it, I want to make it better, but I can't make it better until I get the feedback, so anyway, half an hour, not even, 20 minutes. That's all for now. I will see you whenever I see you next. Bye! It was a great call, and I feel I got a lot of help, which is good, but she said, this is it now. I'm on my own. So that's not what I was hoping to hear, obviously. I mean, to be fair, we're like 10 days away, so I do get it. But equally, I really had hoped that if I could get a final draft done, then I could send it to her one more time before handing in the full thing. Because I've only sent her now 2 drafts, one of which we never even had a proper chance to discuss because it was the Easter holidays. So that's not ideal, but I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to trust myself. I'm just going to fix what I can fix. Go through it 101 times, because actually I don't think there's that much to add or change now. I feel like I've got a really good base. I mean, she mentioned, you know, I've got like a half a page worth of notes here and another half a page worth on my essay. But on the whole, I feel we're going to be okay. I just need to do it. But that's the thing, like I feel like there's so few tweaks I need to make that I want to make all the tweaks and then have her look at it again, and that's not going to happen. But in terms of my artifact, which is the second component, she said she was very happy, and I literally just need to change the layout of it, but I don't need to add anything to it, which is really good. Although changing the layout means I need to redo the whole thing because I did it on my iPad and I need to use a different program and whatever. But that's fine. I can do that. I can handle that. And I don't think any of this will take me too long. I think I will. I feel like if I just dedicate enough time to it when I've got the time, it won't be a problem. I don't feel like I don't have enough time in the coming 10 days to get it done. That might not make any sense to you, but that's how I'm feeling at the moment. Yeah, just a little bit upset that I can't send her a 3rd copy, but just gotta trust my gut. She seemed pretty pleased. Obviously she couldn't say anything, but she said it was already in quite a good place, so that helps. And the fact that my artifact is basically there is great. I'm even thinking I might just be able to do that in the next hour or 2. Like, I really don't think it will take me that long, but I need to go and check with my grandma if there's anything I need to do. 10 days. Hello, it is 2:13. My grandma wants to leave at 4:15, so I've got 2 hours, and I really want to do some uni work, but I know I need to pack first. Packing shouldn't, in theory, take very long. I just need to figure out what I need, not just clothes-wise, but also obviously my laptop, my notebooks, whatever. But I'm going to try and do that now as quickly as I can, and then hopefully once I've got a little pile or even a bag full, then I can do as much work as I can until we need to go. That's the goal. We'll see if we succeed. What fun. What fun. It's about 10 minutes before we need to go, and I've literally just finished. I got a bit distracted, to be fair, but I've managed to do the bibliography for the second thing. I've done something that just makes my work easier next time I have to do it. And I've realised this is just one of the ways I work. If I find that my motivation's dipping, I'll just do something that means later on, when I get to that bit, I don't have that work to do. I can just copy and paste from whenever I last looked at it. So the main thing now that I really need to do is fix my essay and just add those tweaks. I've got a handful of things, that's the biggest. I also need to add a blurb for my artifact, but that shouldn't take too long. And then one thing I needed to do was add a bibliography for that, and that would be sort of the last thing I would do, but I've now done it because I knew it was a relatively quick job that I could just get done, and it just saves me that time later on and the mind space. And I've noticed I often do this where I'll just sort of preemptively do a task that then helps me out in the future. So I'm glad I've done that, because it, as I say, it just helps me out later on. But the next thing I'm going to have to do is just fix my essay. But the truth is, that's it then. Like, that's all I need to do, plus this quick blurb, which will take no time. So I've got the next 10 days to do that, and just to fine-comb it, tooth-comb it, whatever it's called, fine-tune it, whatever. That's not how I'll be writing in my essay. Run through it with a fine-tooth comb, I think that's what I was trying to say. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Just gotta do it. Anyway, I'm gonna go get ready to leave. Bye. Hello. I look like a mess. I've been very busy, and it is now almost 11, and Chag finished at 9:15, and then I stayed and helped my great aunt and uncle with changing back from Pesach to regular use, and that took about 45 minutes. Then I came back here, and I've just been helping my grandma, and now I have laundry to put away, laundry to throw in the laundry, my bag to unpack, which isn't very much because I had mostly clothes that I wore and put in the laundry, but just a couple of things to do. So I'm going to talk to you while I'm doing that. I've even already taken off my belt, which I usually never do. I was gonna get into pyjamas, and then I realised I threw my pyjamas in the wash, so gotta do that later. I also wanna pick out what I'm wearing tomorrow, because I am working most of the day tomorrow. I start at 11, which is nice. I mean, I do need to get into town, but still, that's reasonable, very reasonable. And then I'm working from 11 until whatever time. Actually, I might not be working until 12, that would be amazing. I might not be working until 12, I need to double check. So yeah, got that. Don't know until what time I'm working, but I know that the latest I can stay is 2, because then, or 2:30 really, but I've told them 2, because then I start my other job at 3. But it's so nice to be working. It is now, today, exactly 1 week. Also, tomorrow is May, which is ridiculous. But anyway, it is exactly 1 week until I have to hand everything in for my university, which is also crazy. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm working every day between now and then except Shabbat. But I think in the last few days, I've more or less finished everything. I think I've already crossed the T's and dotted the I's, I think. So what I've done is I've sent it to myself, and I'm gonna give it a few days, and then I think one of the days that I'm working, if it's a bit quiet at one point, I'll just read through it, and if there's anything that catches my attention, I'll fix it. But more or less I'm done, which is amazing. And do you know what I didn't realise? I thought Eurovision was a week later, but Eurovision is the night I'm meant to be handing everything in. A week from now, which is also mental that Eurovision is a week from now, but anyway. So I'm gonna aim, note, ooh, hello, there went a sock. Note the word aim to get everything in on Monday and have it sent off, because I'm working Tuesday morning, so in theory I could work on it Tuesday night. I don't want to be stressing about that. I want to be watching Eurovision. So we're gonna aim. But I'm working tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then Wednesday's my first day off. I think I might have mentioned that already, but ridiculous. It's how it goes. I actually packed better than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be way overpacked, but actually I was all right. I really should have taken another dress, but hey ho, what am I doing? What a random assortment of things in my hand. I've got deodorant, a hair clip, tights, and a Rubik's Cube. And I'm so looking forward to real food again, because I have been missing. Do you know what I've really been missing? I've actually eaten quite good food, but I'm just missing snacks. And I think because matzah doesn't fill you up as much as bread or other things, I eat a meal and I'm fairly full after, or so I think. I also drink a lot of water, more than usual. I usually drink quite a lot of water, but even more. So I feel quite full when I'm eating and when I've finished eating. And then it gets to like an hour and a half, 2 hours later, and I'm like, oh, I kind of want, some chocolates or a biscuit or something. And there's nothing. There's nothing good. In fact, just before Chag, I don't know if I told you about this, I opened these, which are mini eggs, chocolate chocolate orange, that I got from Katie Rebecca on the Day Hopeless channel, and I was like, I'm just going to try one, because I was feeling peckish before Chag. It was the Sunday, and we'd already got rid of most of our food, and I think I went through about half the bag. The first one I was not sure about. I was like, I actually don't know if I like these, and then I realised I really did like them. The taste of normal food. First thing I've eaten since the fast broke. As we like to joke, it's not a fast. Anyway, that's the update. I'll see you later. Good morning. I slept really well last night, and I woke up and I woke up but I kept my eyes closed and I could feel the sun on my face, and I was like, oh, I probably need to get up now, even though it's a bit earlier than I would expect to. Checked my watch and it was like 7 in the morning, and I thought, I can sleep for a bit longer. I can afford to sleep a bit longer, because I ended up going to bed quite late last night. So I did, and it was lovely. It's nice when you wake up and then can sleep again, and then wake up again and can sleep again. It's lovely. I had an egg for breakfast. It was quite disappointing because we don't have any food, so I just managed, but it really wasn't the best breakfast I've ever had. And I'm now ready so much earlier than I need to be. So I sent a message to the person I'm going to first and said, is it okay if I come a bit earlier? And they said that's fine. So I'm probably going to leave real soon. My hair is causing me loads of grief, so I've just put it into 2 plaits. And I'm wearing my green top, green skirt outfit that I've grown to love since St. Patrick's Day. I might pop in some earrings. I feel a bit bare, so I might pop something in. And then I'm going to go. Because also, I said to my parents, I was going to try and speak to them their time tonight, so my time this morning, and they said they're only available really late, but equally, they're going to want to go to bed. So if I can get the appointment finished earlier, then I can hopefully talk to them earlier if they're available, and it also just gives me more time to chat to them. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for here. We shall see if we succeed. But I think I'm just going to grab my stuff and go. I don't think there's much more to do. I've started reading a new book. I've been waiting patiently for May, because I finished my book, I think, on the end of April. And because I'm studying so much as well, I was like, no, I'm not going to download a new book. There's no way I'll get it finished in a week. But then the last few days of April, the last 5 days or so, I was just craving another book, and I didn't want to start it. And now, 1st of May, I woke up this morning and I was like, yes, I can listen to a new book now. So I'm listening to La Belle Sauvage by Philip Pullman, I believe, and I'm not very far in. I'm enjoying it so far, I think. I'm not sure yet, but there's nothing bad so far yet. So I'm off. And I'll see you all later, or I don't know when. Bye! Hello! I don't know if I mentioned this morning, but I had the realisation earlier today that I have Monday off, which is awesome. I may have mentioned this already, but to cut a long story short, I'm going to just try and hand everything in on Monday, and then pretend it was already due on Monday, and then forget about it on Tuesday, relax, enjoy work, enjoy Eurovision, and forget about it. There is a show I'm curious to go see on Wednesday, and I was trying to find a show to see on Wednesday just to celebrate finishing. But to be honest, I was hoping to get either free or very cheap tickets. I was just keeping an eye out, and I was kind of hoping for something fun, because I want to celebrate being finished. But this show is very not fun from what I understand. It's about the Second World War. And we have a day in the Jewish calendar called Yom HaShoah, which is the remembering the Holocaust. And it's the actual day is Sunday night to Monday, but this performance is on Wednesday as part of it. Commemorating is the word I was looking for earlier. So I'm thinking about it. I'm holding off for now, and if there's still tickets available, I can decide last minute. If there's not, then I've missed out. But I like this. I like the feeling of being busy, working, studying, finishing up with my studies especially. I've now reached that point where I feel if I send it off now, I'll be happy. I'm literally just rereading it 101 times to make sure I've not missed anything important. Or silly, actually, not even important, just anything silly. So I love this part I love studying. I'm such a loser. Anyway, work this morning was good. I got there early and I did finish a little bit early, which was nice, but then my parents couldn't chat anyway because they were watching something. But I did get to talk to them for about half an hour, and there were a handful of things I really wanted to talk to them about, and I ticked all the boxes, so that's good. Didn't really find out much about how they're doing. Just know that their weekend was nice, but that's okay. And my brother is in Georgia at the moment, and I don't think I've spoken about this on this channel, but Georgia has been so high on my bucket list for about 5 years, and I cannot believe he went. But I can see that he just sent me some pictures, so I'm gonna go look through them and just be jealous. For 5 years, I've said to my father, because I just know it would be a country he would love as well, and it would be the kind of travel that we would match each other's energy really well. We did Turkey and Bulgaria together, and anyway. So I've been begging him for 5 years to come with me to Georgia, and now my brother's gone. But I'm not letting that stop me. First, I haven't even spoken about the jobs. First job was good, really chill, and it went quickly. I was worried because sometimes that job can feel a little bit, both jobs at times can feel, because it's so quiet, it can feel really slow. But actually, it was a little bit quiet. It was quiet enough to be able to enjoy it and talk to the other person there, but it went really quickly, so that was nice. Then used my Subway points to get some hash browns, and I'm gonna be honest, I was expecting better. They were soft, and I expect hash browns to have a crunchy outside. So that was a bit sad, but they were free, so I'm not complaining. Well, I am, but And then I started the second job, which actually also went fairly quickly today. At first it was going slow because it was so quiet and there was nothing to do and it was just dragging on. But then I found some things to do and it got a bit busier, and I was studying at the same time, and I got my payslip. So all in all, it was just really chill and nice. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good about life right now, which might change very soon. It always has a chance to, but this very moment, I'm feeling happy. I think I get a lot of energy from working and from being busy, and I think I like having money. and I still don't have enough, but I just feel, I don't know what the right word is, but I'm just feeling really positive. And my goodness, the ups and downs, they come and they go. And at the moment I'm in an up, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying documenting it a lot. I feel it probably does come through, I hope. At least when I'm editing it, I'm pretty sure I notice. Also, got a compliment on the hair today, which I wasn't expecting. I thought people were going to be like, why does she look like an actual child? I think that's another thing. I'm starting to experiment with my clothes because I have to for work, and I'm liking it, and I'm finding it fun. Also, it was so warm today. I just am happy, and it's nice to be happy, especially when this should be a very stressful period because I'm working a lot and studying. But I'm not. I'm just chill, happy, confident, and I hope I can stay this way as long as possible because who knows how long it will be. Right, on that note, I will see you later. I have no idea how long this vlog is going to be and when I'm going to end it, but I don't think it's going to be now. Now seems like a weird time. It will probably be the day I hand in my stuff, probably Monday, because I'm working all day tomorrow, I'm working all day Friday, then it's Shabbat, then I'm working most of Sunday, then I'm handing it in on Monday. So that would seems like, and then I can start my Eurovision vlogs and everything that comes with that. So that seems like a useful, good time. But we shall see. Goodbye. Hello. It is so warm. It probably doesn't look very sunny to you. That's because it's totally cloudy, but it is so humid. I noticed it was a bit humid yesterday morning, and I didn't really think about it. And then last night, in the middle of the night, I woke up to thunder and lots of lightning and rain, and it was amazing. And then I woke up this morning and it was nice weather again. But I left the house wearing this, plus a jumper, plus a jacket, and I so quickly had to take off all the layers. It's so hot now, but it's so deceptive because it doesn't look like it's gonna be that hot. But I think I need to figure out how to wear less layers without risking, getting drenched. But anyway, today has been a very good and productive day, in my opinion. I worked all day, which is, I'm enjoying this job. I'm sort of warming up to it, and it pays well, and it's pretty, not super chill, but I really like the work. So overall, I am really enjoying it, and it feels good. It feels good to be there. And during that, I was also able to send an email to the leader of our course because there were a couple of things that people were talking about that everyone was hearing different things. So I sent an email, and right at the end of the day, she sent an email back to say XYZ, answering all my questions, which was amazing. But equally, I feel like it's a bit cheeky of them because then she wrote another email to everyone and said, just so you know, it's bank holiday weekend now, so we're all going to be switching off for the weekend. And I really do get that they get time off for the bank holiday. That's fine. What I think is unfair is to have them off on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and for us to have to hand stuff in on Tuesday. It means we have no chance to ask last minute questions, which is why I'm glad I did it today. And I'm glad I got a response today. So that felt good. And then on my way home from work, I voted. The voting, I knew it was coming up. We'd obviously got letters and there's been things around, so I knew it was happening. But I don't know, I think because it was so soon after Pesach, me and my grandma and my great aunt and uncle were all like, what's going on? Actually, that's not true. I think my great aunt and uncle did a postal vote. But last night, literally at supper, me and my grandma were like, we need to know who we're voting for. So luckily, in some time off at work, I did a little quiz. At one point it was a bit quiet, so I just went on the computer and did the quiz for which party do I stand for? And then I had a look at the different options, and I actually went into them all, and I voted for the ones I felt happiest about. And it felt good to go in to the postal thing and just be able to tick the 3 boxes I needed to tick and walk out. And there was hardly a queue, which was nice because I thought it was going to be busy post-work because I voted around sort of 5:45, but it was fine. And then I have been waiting to file some documents with my GP here for yonks, probably for about a year, because these are things results from Australia, and for some reason, and I don't really understand why, they won't let me upload it myself. You have to print it out, go to the GP, and get them to scan it. But they didn't even check. I don't know, anyway. But the biggest problem for me, the GP is not far away, that's not a problem. The problem is that we don't have a printer here. So all this time, I've just been waiting because I didn't want to spend money at the library for something like this, especially because I don't have any sort of medical emergencies or anything like that. It wasn't urgent, I just wanted to get it done. Anyway, I was finally able to print it. I printed half of it off at work yesterday and then half of it at a different job today. My camera's about to die, so quick finish up. So I was able to go there and scan it all, and I also really wanted my mum to have access to my files because, as I've mentioned before, she's a doctor and I like her opinion on things. And I've been trying to do it online for ages and it just wouldn't work. So I went there and at first they were like, no, you can't do that. And eventually I was like, surely there must be a way to like give my mum access. And eventually they gave me a form and I could do it. So I've done these things that have been on my mind for a while. And also the responses I got from my tutor, or from the professor, were all sort of the answers I was hoping for, because it was all things like, oh, do we need to add this? Do we need to add this? And I'm very happy to know that we don't need to add those things. So it's all good. I'm getting there. I'm feeling good. Also, I love the outfit today. I love these earrings with this top. Brilliant. Anyway, I need to go because my camera's gonna die. Bye. Hello. I washed my hair this evening, which I don't usually like to wash it in the evening because it takes a while to dry, and I let it air dry. And I really don't want to go to bed with wet hair, so we'll see what happens. I think it's about 10:30. I am a bit tired, but I think I'll be okay. We've had a very chill Shabbat, which was nice. But I have just received a message from my aunt asking if I can babysit my cousins, on Monday, which I can do, and I've said yes. She wants me for about 5 or 6 hours of work, which I'm more than happy to do. I love that family, I love those cousins, I love babysitting them, it shouldn't be a problem at all. But that is the day I was planning on doing all my uni, or finishing off all my uni stuff and sending it off. Now, realistically, I think I've probably got not even 10 minutes of uni work to do. So I'm thinking I might have a look at it now. I've got quite a busy day tomorrow, but I should be home by about 5. So I'm gonna have a look at it now, and then if I'm, more or less happy with it, tomorrow evening, I'll just upload it and be done with it. And then I do still have the grace of Monday evening and of Tuesday even, if I really need it. I just don't want to because it's Eurovision, but I do have that sort of little extra bit of time if I really need it. But I think that's the plan now. I feel conflicted because I really like babysitting for this family. I really like the money. I really like, doing stuff and seeing them and everything. But on the flip side of that, I'm like, oh, I've now taken away my one day off, basically. But equally, I feel like in Fiddler on the Roof, where he's like, on the one hand, on the other hand, but on the other hand. Anyway, I've shared my thoughts and I'm doing it and I'll make it work because I always do. And luckily I'm very good at sort of balancing things, and I thrive when I'm busy. So, I'll be okay, hopefully. I don't really think I've got anything else to report, so that's where I'm going to leave it. And I will see you all at some point soon, probably. Bye! Hello, I'm just back from babysitting my cousins. It was so chill and so nice and lovely seeing them again, and it just made me very happy. And I'm really, really glad I said yes. I'm really glad. And I'm home earlier than I thought. I think it's about 5, maybe just after. 5:15. And it's been raining, but like perfect weather for me all day. I love the rain, and it's not been windy, so it's not been cold, it's just been wet. And it's not been humid either, and I'm just very happy. And I feel like my hair is too, actually. And then as I was just walking back, there was a dog, and it was looking at me. I was on the other side of the road, and it was looking at me, and I crossed the road because I had to. And then the dog, the owner was trying to pull it away, and the dog was just like fixated on me, and I was very happy. I was like, can I touch it? And he was a very sweet dog, very sweet, so that made me happy as well. But now is the moment of truth, more or less. I mean, I do have another, 30 hours before officially it needs to be handed in, but I am going to read over everything from university one more time, and then I'm going to submit it. And I'm also then going to finish this vlog, because I think it's actually a lot longer than I was expecting, because I've done a lot of sitting and chatting, and I just think it's going to be a very long vlog. So I'm going to read over it, and then when I'm ready to submit it, I'm going to keep you there and show you the moment I finish university. Here we go. All right, this is it, the moment of truth. I have read over, done all my final checks. I'm going to turn the camera down a bit, and now I'm ready to upload it and send it off. And I'm pretty sure as soon as I upload it, I get told for my essay how much is plagiarized, and I'm really worried because I know for a fact that I have so many quotes in there, and I'm worried it's going to be a really high percentage. I think for module 1 it was maybe 18%, and we're definitely a lot higher than that, I think, for this one. So we'll find out. Also, I've been really good. I haven't taken these out until I finish reading it, and this is going to be my treat, because it seems like a really appropriate treat for when I've finished it and sent it off. But I've still got a decent amount in there. I mean, to be fair, I think I got an extra 3 to 5 from the Dear Hopefuls box swap that we did, but even without that, I managed to not finish the packet, which is very impressive. Right, here we go. I'm so nervous. I don't know how to upload it. Whoopsie. Okay, the similarity is pending, so we'll come back to it. I'll upload the other one now. It's still pending. Right, well, I've uploaded both, so we'll let that load for a moment. I mean, the thing is, until tomorrow night, I do still have a chance to delete it and fix it, but I don't really want to. I want to forget about it now. And it says we should be getting our grade on the 3rd of June, but I'm pretty sure I was told mid-June, so I don't know. Here we go, last one. Well, not really, but... Only 15%. I wasn't expecting that. That's amazing. And the first thing it's picked up on is actually from my bibliography. That's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. That's it. I'm gonna have another one of these because they're addictive. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It's been very long. It's been Passover and uni stuff, but we're done now, and I'll see you tomorrow, definitely, for Eurovision. Oh! Wow. Wow.